You ever have one of those moments where you open your banking app, stare at the number, and think, wait, I work hard, I'm not irresponsible. Where did all my money go? Like, nothing bad happened. No emergency, no luxury vacation, no crazy spending spree. And yet, somehow you're right back where you were last year. Same savings, same stress, same feeling that wealth is something other people figure out, not you. Here's the thing. This usually has nothing to do with how smart you are, how hard you work, or even how much you earn. It comes down to a few quiet money rules you're following without realizing it. And if these rules stay unchecked, they will decide, silently, whether you ever become wealthy. My name is John, and I spend way too much time thinking about how money actually works behind the scenes. If you're someone who earns money but feels like you're not really getting ahead, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, today we're talking about 7 money rules that don't sound dramatic, but quietly shape your financial future more than almost anything else. And here's what most people don't realize. These rules affect high earners and low earners the same way. The first rule is this. Your first $10,000 matters more than your first $100,000. Now, you might be thinking, John, that doesn't make sense. Obviously, $100,000 is better. Mathematically, yes. Psychologically, not even close. According to Federal Reserve data, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without debt. That means the first real wealth milestone isn't 6 figures. It's not panicking when life happens. When you have less than $10,000 saved, your brain stays in survival mode. Every bill feels urgent. Every unexpected expense feels catastrophic. But once you cross that first $10,000, something strange happens. You stop reacting and start deciding. That's the moment money stops controlling you, and you start controlling it. Your only financial goal right now should be building a $10,000 buffer. Not investing, not crypto, not side hustles. Stability comes first. The second rule is that income doesn't create wealth. Time does. Here's the assumption everyone makes. If I can just earn more, I'll be rich. But the data tells a very different story. A study from the National Bureau of Economic Research found that over 70% of lottery winners go broke within a few years. Why? Because wealth isn't about how much money touches your hands. It's about how long money stays invested. Let's do simple math. $500 a month invested at 8% for 10 years becomes about $91,000. Over 20 years, that same money becomes about $295,000. Over 30 years, it becomes roughly $745,000. Same money, same effort, different timeline. This is where it gets really interesting. Most people delay investing not because they can't afford it, but because it doesn't feel urgent. Here's the move. Start investing with whatever you can today, even $50. You're not investing money. You're buying time. The third rule is that lifestyle creep is stronger than inflation. Inflation usually doesn't destroy your finances. Your expectations do. You earn more, you upgrade your life, and then you feel broke again. New car, bigger apartment, more subscriptions. Suddenly, your raise disappears. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, consumer spending rises almost lockstep with income increases. That means most people don't build wealth. They resize their cage. Think of lifestyle creep like increasing the size of a bucket that has a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it leaks out. The simple fix is this. Every time you get a raise, automatically invest at least 50% of the increase before upgrading anything in your life. The fourth rule is that debt isn't the enemy. Uncontrolled debt is. Not all debt is bad, but confusing debt as income is deadly. The average American carries over $6,000 in credit card debt, often at interest rates above 20%. Here's the part most people never calculate. A 20% credit card interest rate requires roughly a 25% investment return just to break even after taxes. That's elite-level investing performance, just to stay in place. So if you're serious about building wealth, This matters. You don't build wealth while running uphill. The move here is to aggressively eliminate high-interest debt before chasing investment returns. The fifth rule is that your net worth grows quietly until it doesn't. Most people quit too early because growth feels invisible at first. Your first 50,000 barely moves. Your first 100,000 feels underwhelming. But then something shifts. Around 150,000 to 250,000 invested, compounding becomes noticeable. Your money starts doing real work. That's why Charlie Munger famously said, "The first 100,000 is a but you gotta do it." Humans are terrible at delayed rewards, and that's why so many people stop right before things get easier. Here's the practical move. Track your net worth quarterly, not monthly. Wealth grows in seasons, not days. The sixth rule is that saving is a skill, not a sacrifice. People who save consistently don't feel deprived. They feel secure. A Vanguard study found that households with automated savings reported lower financial anxiety even at lower income levels. Why? Because discipline removes decision fatigue. Manually saving money is like holding a plank forever. Automating your savings is like letting gravity work for you. The fix is simple. Automate your savings the same day your paycheck hits. If you don't see the money, you won't miss it. The seventh rule is the one nobody wants to hear. Wealth is boring, and that's the point. Wealth doesn't look exciting in real life. It looks like repeating the same habits, ignoring hype, and staying patient while other people panic. Most wealthy people didn't get rich doing something clever. They got rich doing something boring for a very long time. Here's what most people don't realize. Consistency beats intensity every single time. So choose one simple system you can follow for 10 years or more, and stop chasing shortcuts. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this. Wealth isn't about motivation. It's about rules. And the rules you follow quietly every day decide everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent longer than most people. If this helped put things into perspective, hit the like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you want practical, honest money education without the hype. I'm John, and I'll see you in the next one.